Hey guys, today I'll be showing you how to create a shader pack in vanilla Minecraft. It's quite simple, but you'll need to understand the basics if you want to get anywhere. Let's begin. The first thing we need to do is get a resource pack. So to do that, you go into versions. You select your version which you want to create. I only have played 1.19 recently, so let's just select 1.19. We get the jar. So what you're going to do is you're going to copy this. And then we're going to paste it into the resource pack like this. You're going to paste it in here, and then what you want to do is you want to change the little bit at the end. So you want to change it to a .zip instead of a .jar, and that it says it might become unusable, but it's not. Yes, we want to rename it. Because I already had one in here, it just renamed it to number 2. Alright, so you guys will want to go into that zip folder which you just created. We want to go into assets, we want to go into Minecraft, we want to copy shaders, we gotta copy it. And then we go back into resource pack, so we make a new folder called tutorial. I'll just name it tutorial because, tutorial. So you paste it in here. Let's copy this 269 item, it's really good. You might see later that it says I'm copying in like 7,000 items. That's because I'm copying everything. We don't need everything. So we're going to send this thing to we're going to create a new folder. We're going to name it Minecraft. We're going to put that thing in there. We're going to create another new folder. My assets. Put that thing in there. The reason why I'm doing it like this is because the assets folder actually has a lot more folder files in it, and previously I tried to just copy over. So don't do that, just copy over the shader thing. And we're going to need to add the Pack.png though, so we need to go back into the .zip. We need to go back into the zip and need to press P, just press it on your keyboard. Then we copy the Pack.png. And then we go to tutorial, we paste it here, and it should be all cut up now. So yeah, this is me in editing. Don't do what I did, do this. Alright, so while this is going on, you might think, well, where are we going to test this out? So what you want to do is you want to go to Minecraft and open up a new world. I already have one here, and you just want to open up Java Minecraft and make a new world that's pretty similar to what you would typically find on an average day, I guess. So I just chose a plains biome. I made this cool cave over here which just has lights in it so that I can test it out in the dark and in the light. I put a bit of iron ore in here just to be able to see it and stuff like that. So you might want to add something like that to your world while you're waiting for the thing to load. Make sure that you have a text document editor. I mean, you could just use the regular notepad, like that works. You could use Visual Studio Code, you could use just Visual Studio, use any of those. I'm going to use Visual Studio Code because it's the easiest for me. Like in here, I can just choose one and then it just shows blue and that. So, okay, it's still not done yet. Let's just watch it now. We probably could have just copied. If you guys don't want most of the files in here,
all you want to do with shaders, go to the .zip, go to the assets, go to Minecraft, go to and just copy in shaders, and then just type in each of these folders. So Minecraft and then assets. We don't need these files like assets roots, we don't need anything else in here to do this except maybe textures, but we'll be getting into that later. You can clean out these things, you can clean out everything except for shaders. Clean up all this stuff, just shader file, that's actually going to save you a lot of space because textures have a lot of.
Okay, so it seems it's all done. The green bar isn't showing anymore, so let's go to tutorial. Yeah, this Pack.png, I'm not going to change it, but if you want to, you can. So we have the shaders, we have the textures, we have everything that we need to really start up, except we need a Pack.png. I'm going to copy this over from one of my other files, this Pack.mcmeta. I'm going to paste in here, I'm going to show you guys it. So this is literally it. You take the pack, you take the pack format, you make a description that can be used in like JSON text editing, or like Minecraft style, and then just that's it. You just need the description, you need the pack format, which currently is 9. go into assets now. Now we're getting into the real stuff. So you've already copied everything over. Everything looks fine. Shaders in the right place, textures in the right place. Alright, so now we have these 4 things. 4 include post and program. I'm going to be going off of post and program for this entire episode. So we're not going to use the top 2. Probably going to be going over post and program for like a couple months now, if I can. There's a lot of stuff in it. Like what call it. Okay. So in post, we have all these things in here. Creeper, it's like if you're spectating a creeper. I mean spider if you're spectating a spider type thing. If you guys didn't know, super secret settings has had some of these things in it for quite a while now. But super secret settings has been gotten rid of, I think, like for 5 years now. I don't know, but if you guys remember that, it was in that they use shaders. And in here, if you like spectate a mob using spectator mode, you'll actually get a cool shader effect. So what we want to do is transparency is the only one we really need here. Don't get rid of the other ones because they will help out with finding this out. So if we go into transparency.json, and you can see that it's just like all this stuff. We have a lot of stuff in here, right? Or it's not a lot of stuff, but it is quite confusing if you've only seen this thing for the first time. So we have the target. Okay, this is what is going to be changed. It has to go with an in target, an out target, which must be different. They must be different. And then you need an in target and an out target at the very end. Okay, so think of it like steps. Like we go from Minecraft main, which is just main video, to final. So we have it pasting the Minecraft main into the final. We have it modifying all of the stuff inside of it, and then we have it going to Blitz, which is just like a basic function which just changes it all back into visible textures. And then we have it sending in final to paste that into Minecraft main. So it's taking the Minecraft main variable, pasting that variable into final, taking the final variable and pasting that back into Minecraft. This is the one for if you go into Minecraft and you open your options text, you go into video settings, and if you change your graphics to fabulous, and then you see it says using screen shaders for drawing weathers and stuff. So this is why we need to use this, because it actually uses shaders to do stuff. So as you can see, nothing new happened. It's just looked like Minecraft. I mean, it might use a couple of shaders to like draw water and clouds and stuff, but this is just basic Minecraft stuff. So what you want to do is you want to go into here. So we always want to work in the transparency.json because that's what draws these screen shaders. So we always want to work here. What we want to do is we want to go back into our files, find one that sounds cool, like if we want color convolve. Here we go. Color convolve is pretty cool. It uses saturation values and increases it or decreases it. I think that's what it does. I'm pretty sure. Let's try it out though. So what we need is, as you can see, this thing uses the exact same formula. It uses the name of what we're trying to call. It has the main Minecraft variable. It has another variable, and then it swaps, and then it does this with the uniforms. And then we send it to Blit, and then it swaps it back, and then it changes it to Minecraft main. So it pastes it into the variable, then it pastes it in the regular Minecraft. So we can just copy all of this like that, and then we go into the transparency.json, and then we find where we want to add it in. Typically, just the easiest way I've found isn't to paste it in between here, make that thing named final, and then send it to Minecraft main. It's not actually that. You just press comma to make sure it's in the JSON format, then you paste it, and that's all you do. Typically it works, but because we have swap here and we haven't labeled it up here, it's going to cause an error. So we need to just quickly add swap here, just real quick, and that will take care of it. So right now we're gonna have it go into, it's going to do all the transparency stuff, all the fabulous graphics, and then it's going to send it back to Minecraft. Then we're going to take from Minecraft, we're gonna up the saturation a lot. Then we're gonna send it back to Blit, which basically just changes it back into visible Minecraft, and that's all. So now let's see, when we reload our resource pack, let's see what happens. There we go. And I don't know exactly what happened. I mean, I guess it turned more saturated. I mean, I can't see much difference, honestly. But let's see if we can modify this. So if we want it to, it didn't throw an error, because if it did, this is what would happen. Okay, so let's just like add a comment here or something. So this is what happens if it will throw an error. So we press F3T to reload our resource packs. You see it hits the bar, it goes, and then, what? Do we even have the resource pack? We do, okay. That's weird. Oh wait. I know why it didn't work. We forgot to save it. Guys, everybody make sure to save your stuff when you go home or whatever. Don't be like me and forget to save your stuff. Let's do F3T again. This is what happens when it throws an error. So it'll go, the bar will go, and then it does it a second time, which is really weird. Like it flashes and it does it a second time, and then at the top right it says resource reload failed, and then it shows what it's going to default to. So if we go into resource packs, we see that it's no longer selected. It's no longer, oh, sorry guys, wait through this. It's no longer actually in Fabulous Graphics anymore. It's very interesting how it changes that out. And if we go back into this, we see that, oh, we have an error. There we go. Okay, now we go save it. Sorry guys, I forgot that. And then we just want to turn our graphics back to Fabulous. Want to go to resource packs, put on the tutorial one. And then we should be back. And now it should change. Yeah, you see, the world looks very vibrant. It looks like I'm in a jungle right now. Like, what is that? That looks so red. And I heard an Enderman. Where is he? So as you can see, you can play around with this, see how you like. See his eyes. Oh wow, they're actually white. I think they looked pink before or something, like very light pink. These pumpkins look very saturated. Yeah. So you can just modify stuff. So here's the before, and then if we actually, to easily turn this stuff off, we just change it to fast graphics. See, it looks very, very bland and boring. So if we change it to Fabulous Graphics, ooh, vibrant and colorful and stuff. Looks like you're walking on jungle grass. Make sure that you're not walking on jungle grass, because nobody else is going to see this. So yeah, it's just gonna be you who thinks your diamond house base looks really nice. Just kidding. Alright, so you tried color convolve. We saw that changed the saturation values to 1.4, which is just 1 or 1.4 times, I think. Yeah, it should be. And everything is typically a value between 1 and 0. So if this is like 140%. So we can turn this up real quick. Just put a 2 right there. That's gonna do 240%. That's going to be very, very vibrant. Let's just reload our resource packs and let's test it out. Oh yeah, these these things look like those like Halloween candies you get, like the pumpkin Halloween candy. Dang, look at this world. It looks so, kind of reminds me of that I don't know where, I forgot what it is. Oh yeah, you see the rocks are all like really bright when they just used to be blended very well. It's just like polka dots everywhere. So you see, it looks pretty cool. We can make a little house here. Look, I don't know, but we can just do everything. And so what we want to do now is just to turn this stuff off, we just get rid of it. So this, Control X, we can just get rid of it, and then we can see it. Oh wait, I forgot to save. And then we can just go back here and we can see if it's better that way. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to start testing out some of these things, seeing what they do. Let's add a tutorial. We have assets, we have Pack.mcmeta, we have Pack.png. We go into the assets, we have our shaders, we have our textures. Alright, we have to post the program, we're good. So you see in here, there's a whole bunch of stuff. We have phosphor, which is really, really cool actually. It's going to run the file named phosphor. So if we come in here, it's going to find the .json. There's the key. It's going to find the .json. It's going to run the .fsh, and this is where all the fun stuff happens for the phosphor file. So take the phosphor. We see it has a special uniform called phosphor outsize, insize, project mat. I don't think those really matter to us right now, but we have phosphor. This is going to be a special uniform that we can use. The thing with this is that some, like, no, not Solval. Solval is going to just be very basic. Very basic. It only has the main 3 uniforms. Go to outline, it has its main 3 uniforms. You go to NTSC encode, it has the same 3. Go to invert, it has inverse amount. You see, if you just didn't know that inverse amount existed, you would just post this thing in and then it would do absolutely nothing because it needs an amount to invert, right? And if we go to here, FXAA, it needs the sub pixel shift, it needs the reduce MUL, and it actually doesn't have an inside, it has span meg. So if we have blur direction, we have blur radius, right? So if we just went into transparency.json, we said, oh yeah, let's just add a bit of blur, okay? So if we just go into color, so if we just go here, we have color convolve, we have lit. I'm going to modify these, so here's, instead of color convolve, we're going to put in blur, right? We're going to get rid of these uniforms because they don't matter anymore, because it can't take in saturation, right? And so we have go into Minecraft main, we have it come through swap, we have lit, and we swap, and we have Minecraft main, right? And so if we have that in there, and we save it, save it again, and then we go to F3 and T to reload the resource packs. It does blur the screen a bit. Okay, it blurs. But if you know how to access the files, you can or if you know how to access the uniforms, you know how to change the amount of blur. So if we go into the post files, actually can help us with that. So we see blur.json right here. So we see it's using these uniforms called blur direction and blur radius. And so if we copy this part over to transparency, we just post it here. So we need these uniforms typically. This one you didn't, because it still blurs it. It just blurs it by a small amount. So if we wanted to change the amount of blur, we can change the radius maybe to be like 1000%. See if that works. It might not work. You guys might need to press to just test this a lot and everything. But you see, it's very, very blurry. I don't even know what's going on anymore. So if we change it back, it's typically already set to the defaults when we look in here. I think it is. I'm not too sure about that, but if it's not, then we can just find out by pressing it. Oh yeah, this is much blurrier. Okay, so you see, if you wanted to blur, here it is. You just use the copy everything from the blur.json in here. So everything from here to here, to what it passes, to the end of what it passes. Just copy that and go to transparency. So we just get rid of all this stuff, we paste that, and then it'll work. So it's just a lot of copy and pasting, basically. So we have blur direction, we have blur radius, but what else can we do here? We have a lot of stuff that we can do. There's some fun stuff. So you guys can experiment around with this. This is just a very basic video teaching you guys how it works. Use the post shaders to your discretion, I guess, because it has all this stuff in it. It has the main, it has the uniforms most importantly, it has all that. But when you guys are doing this, make sure to always add the target, always add stuff, because like in spider.json we have temp, we have small blur, we have large blur, and we don't have that in transparency. So transparency is just a base one, we just need it so that whenever we want to use something, we can do it. So if we just get rid of all this, it'll do everything normal, and it won't do anything. Or it'll just be regular nebulous graphics. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that could help you guys understand it a bit more and get a bit more depth with how to make it. Cloudwolf made a very good tutorial on this. If you guys want to go and watch him, do, and he goes more into depth with editing your code instead of just copy and pasting from Minecraft shaders. And he also does a really good thing with the textures, like adding textures onto your screen, onto like the HUD. He made a very good tutorial about that. So yeah, that's about it.